Okay, so as we were discussing about the criticisms of India planning, so I said, as despite the achievement, however, in the recent years, India's planning has come under attack. Okay, from number of quarters, both within the country and outside. And they are said is that it is little bit outdated. So what are the criticisms? Let's write down. So it is outdated. Okay, and from India within and abroad. Okay, so they basically, but as you said, still India has, it is the still India's planning is the pillar. Okay, it still is the pillar of the development strategy, and the dissatisfaction now. But before that, as I said, there is a criticism, but as I said, that India's planning is the main, and you cannot forget, because it is the main pillar. But let us just see what are the criticisms. Okay, so let me wrap this, and we will see the criticism, because there has to be a criticism in planning, but mainly they were from two directions. Okay, so let's just see criticism of India's planning was from two directions. Okay, so first is excessive state interference. The second one, the number of developing countries have performed better than India. So as I said, there were two main problems of criticism. As I said, the first one was like, there's a view that the planning is the same, and it is having excessive state interference in it, and mostly this developing, whichever countries have started same at the same year, their development has become better than us, and they have performed better than India. Okay, so now we have to see like what are the arguments. So what are the arguments in for the first is like, it is a particularly planning, namely is whereby the government is the main body for the planning here. Okay, so the people and the private sectors do not have much of interference here, and it is being taken directly by the government. So that is the main problem, and government is remaining the key important player. So there must be shift of some private players also. And the second is that even less valid, but as far as the common manner, the first major is that there is an inter-country comparison also, like different countries next to the subcontinents have done better, like Singapore also, then Malaysia. So these countries were also developed nations. They are still developing nations, but the thing is that they started with India. They are comparatively they are smaller in size, but they have done better. Okay, and the second error is that India is being compared and do not have planning as well. So in which India is being compared, so that some countries are there where the planning itself is not happening properly. Okay, so this is generally not simply correct, so that we cannot say the planning in India, you cannot really criticize, because rather our planning is become much stronger. But the only problem is, we have lot of problems with population and poverty, and that is the reason the growth rate is slow, but definitely our planning is good. Okay, so now let us see some planning which is being planned for the 21st century. Okay, and the relevance of planning which India is planning for the next decades, okay, for the 21st century. So just let me write down the topic. Okay, and the topic is the relevance of planning in the 21st century. So in the 21st century, that what are we going to do? How is our planning going to happen? So we are going to see how important and what is the relevance also, and how it's going to happen. Okay. So 21st century of India. So the first one we can write is, I'll keep on writing so we can have some terms also explain here. Cooperative federalism. Okay. Then is the second, dynamic global economy. Okay. Then third, addressing national objectives. Okay. So addressing, and yes, there is a long term vision. Okay, so there must be a long term vision. Now let's see the first one. A cooperative federalism, when you're talking about, is, it is very important. And as I said also, that when you're talking about cooperative, so India is a federal government, and mostly all are done by the centrally planned issues are done mostly by the cooperative federalism. Okay, so there must be cooperation between all the governments. Okay, so that means when you're talking about, is like all development strategy should be done towards a common purpose, and it should be centralized, and then it can be decentralized. Okay, so the vision and the strategy should be equal to all the states in a country. Okay, and there is no country in the world where the vision is not articulated by the government. So the government is very important. And as you said, in India is a federal structure, in so it is to evolve a vision with commitment, okay, in the government at all the levels. So that means from central to state and districts. Okay, so that is called as cooperative federalism. Coming to the next one, that is dynamic global economy. So another function which needs to be recognized, dynamically evolving, is the world conditions. They keep on changing continuously. So we have to adapt a strategy which has to, be consistent, and our growth should also be consistent. Okay, so this tracks, so now we also have to see the emerging trends, where we can see that, okay, are we at the pace with the global economy or not, because as I said, the economy on globally, it's changing every year or every month. Okay, so what are the dangers, what are the indicators, how we can plan internationally, and so that our domestic economies are also done properly. So that is very, very important. Yes, the next is addressing the national objectives. So for this, basically it is effective planning is required. Okay, and you must have, so that population is being well controlled, so it must be having a holistic approach. So I will write down here, holistic approach. Okay, so so that means not most of the issues should not be done by market forces. Also, we must also see the inequalities to be well controlled, and poverty should be well controlled, so that and yes, population also should be in well control. Okay, now long term vision. So long term vision means whatever is the indicative planning, okay, it should be the best, and it should be long term. And you must coordinate with all the economic activities within the country, and all the central government should coordinate with the state government, and the central ministers all should coordinate with each other, and should see that this long term planning and long term vision takes place. Okay, so this is the very important. So the way forward is that planning methodology should be very good, and there must be an inter-sector balancing, regional balance should be there, and there must be openness in the Indian economy. So entire thing should be openness, all Indian economy, the outlook, the approach, the society must change, and planning problem, what are the problems of planning, that also should be done. So this is the most important thing, which is the relevance of planning in the 21st century. So before I end this chapter, I can tell you the main goals is, as I said, cooperative federalism, then dynamic global economy, addressing national objectives, and long term visions. Okay, so just let me wrap this and we will go with the questions. Okay, so we start with the questions, okay, of this chapter, because we have done with this chapter, so we have to do with the questions. So coming with the questions of this chapter, which is the planning chapter. So the first question I can write down, let us see here, is that, what are the choices the planners had to decide? Okay, so what are the choices the planners had to decide? Okay, so just let's wait. Okay, so the answer for this is, let me write down the answer. What should India produce first? So that is the first. Okay, that is the first. Then second problem is, how should India produce the goods? Okay, and that was the third choice, is from where to mobilize, okay, the resources or funds. Okay, so that was the first question, as I said, and second question, and the third question can also be asked as, and which was, now the next question we'll write down here. Okay, just let me clear the canvas. Yes, okay, so the second question, which plan did India take during the independence? So what was the plan? Yes, the answer is Mahalanobis model. Okay, and okay, so this is the answer. The third question, okay, let me wrap this. So which was the old plan India was using before 8th 5-year plan? Okay, so I'm just giving you some time, think about it and tell me which one was it. Okay, which one was the one which India was taking, okay, and was doing it. So yes, the answer is imperative planning. Okay, so it was imperative planning before the indicative planning started. Okay, but mostly, they started was imperative planning. Okay, and as I said, and then India adopted, the first it was imperative and then India adopted the indicative planning. Okay, my next question, so let me just wrap this. Okay, define imperative planning. So you can write it in your own words also. So what is the answer here? Okay, so the answer is economic decisions are made through the centralized planning authority, usually the government. Okay. Now the same question I can ask you is define indicative planning. So what is the answer for this? Let us see. What is the answer? Okay. It is a planning. The answer, it is the planning which is mostly found in the capitalist and mixed economy. Okay, now the next question.